So most every reason that you would have to record something in a really nice way, like that you're going to save it, you're going to show it to a client, you're going to show it to your professor, it's oftentimes going to end up on, like, a computer, a laptop or a desktop, and that's landscape mode, right? Or you're going to put it on YouTube. This is where we're going to put all of our videos. They're going to end up on YouTube. There's a comments section underneath it, right? And it's not so hard to turn your phone's landscape to watch it. So landscape mode is what most things should be in. Portrait, TikTok, and that's it. Like, that's the only one. All the rest of them, like, you watch Facebook video, or you watch Instagram video, whatever you have, you probably have like landscape mode and then comments underneath, right? So landscape, hold your phone in landscape. Also, think how expensive your phone was. This was $1,000 when I bought it. $1,000. I'm gonna hold it with both hands. And in fact, the hand that's not near the camera, I'm much more holding it with, you can see. I really got a lot more of my knuckle on it. Knuckled up, L shape. Keeps my fingers away from the lens. It allows me a lot of control. So, landscape it. Oh, come on. Landscape. We like landscape mode. I want to hold on to this thing well. Okay, especially like if you hold it with one hand, it's gonna bounce. I've watched a lot of videos in the last year because we've been trapped inside. I can tell from a thumbnail, oh, this guy did not hold that phone with both hands. I'm not watching this, I'm gonna barf. No way. Both hands, that video is gonna be much more stable. Okay, so the next thing though, and this is where it goes to like actual camera usage. Because the digital camera, you don't have a choice. It's landscape mode. That's how it is. But you gotta bring those elbows in. When you have them out, you're tensing your shoulder muscles. That vibration gets translated. Even if you got both hands on here, it's gonna vibrate, vibrating. We don't want that. Bring those shoulders down. Bring those elbows in, right? Let your shoulder weight come into your body. You want as little of your dynamic processes. You are a dynamic creature. You want little of that in your camera as possible. So I've got my elbows in. It's already much, much more stable. Much better footage. Easier to keep it on somebody too. You get your elbows up, like you're turning too much. You'll zip past. I want a nice smooth transition. I want to pan with somebody who's walking around when they're talking at me. To that extent, I want to turn my core. You're turning with your shoulders, you're turning with your elbows. That's a lot of energy in there. I want to use the long muscles of my body, right? I want to turn with the core. This lets me have nice, smooth footage. I'm in landscape. I'm standing back. I got you in there. I can keep you in there. I only have to turn like this. That's all I got to do. I don't want this. I don't want this. I want this. I want this. I want to see clearly. I want to be able to capture what's going on. I'm in landscape. I'm getting all the picture. I'm turning with my core. Even my breath is starting to get faded out because, when you breathe, you're gonna go up and down a little bit, but even turn my core. I'm using my long muscles. I'm not breathing so heavily. Nice footage. Okay. And that's also going for digital cameras, whether it be a camcorder or just a straight up photographic camera. You want to do these techniques. Now, another thing that can really help, let me get my hand in front of this. Another thing that really helps is the middle 75%. All cameras and your eyeballs are round, right? They're sphere-like, convex, come out. Your brain, the software in this phone, it's bending that image to make it look flat. It isn't though. What your eye, what the camera sees, what it's actually catching has this fishbowl lens quality to it. It's rounded. So the edges are always stretched and weird. So we want to keep the middle 75% of your viewing area. That's the thing you're actually paying attention to. And I have on my phone, I turned on the grid lines. You see them? You should turn those on too. You should just keep those on. They don't show up in the video. You want those grid lines on. Mine's the 3x3 or the 9 square, whatever you want to call it. Right? See that grid line? You can see it better with that hand in the way. Right. Turn that on. Keep that on, always. There's no reason to turn it off. That's going to really help you keep where's the good portion of my camera. Right, so that middle 75%, the 25% margin around the outside, that's crap. It's just not very visible. It comes out bad. It gets very blurry. Because the software has to make it look right, and it isn't. You can't really get rid of that, no matter how good the software is. Okay, now, those are those things that, like, this applies to cameras in general. Here's one though. This is what happens if you got a camera and you're out in the field. What are you going to do? I need to get good footage. I'm trying to get something. There's somebody on the football pitch. My friend is asking me to create a highlight reel. Right? I'm out there on the football field. He's going to do some stuff. He's going to take some passes. He's going to run a play. I got my phone. It's a good camera. It is a good camera. It really is. I don't have to go borrow one from the library, which you can do, by the way. They have them up there for you to borrow out. But I'm going to use my phone because it's easy and I can upload it right now. So I'm using this, saying I got my hands on it, holding it good, elbows in, I'm using my long muscles. Okay, well, what else can I do to make this look good? I'm going to keep them in the middle. Okay. But still a very dynamic system. No matter what, it's really hard to get rid of the human part of using a camera. We are what make it wrong. We're just a bunch of bones held together with rubber bands. Right? We can do a couple things. We can go into tripod or horse. Now, horse stance is what I'm talking about. Not tripod yoga stance, but the horse stance in yoga is putting your feet about shoulder width apart. Bend your knees. Don't lock your knees because you vibrate. When you have your knees locked, you want to be like that. Elbows in. Now I'm really, see, because I'm doing that, I can sit back more. I'm putting, my shoulders are going straight down into my heels. Right? I'm taking my weight out of this system. Now I can turn real nice and smooth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want to do this for hours, but I can do this for minutes. It's nice, smooth. Oh, it pans so lovely. I can really get it. But let's say you get lucky. You're near a wall. Now, if you can get to a wall, oh, that's even better. You can take more of your body weight out of this system. So get to a wall. I'll get into the doorway, just like you saw me do earlier. Get in the doorway. Right? 3 points of contact. The triangle is the simplest, strongest shape in nature. So I'm going to get my shoulder, door jam, right foot, down the bottom, left foot, other door jam. I'm taking my weight out of it. Boom. Well, now my arms are like free floating. Got my elbows in. I can turn my core. But, ooh, that's some stable footage. That's real stable. If I can't get up against the wall, but I can lean against one, because my target's that way, and do the same thing. Shoulders into the wall. One foot up against the wall. Other foot out a little bit. Get all that weight. Just get it into the surfaces. Quick. Get it out. You don't want to be dynamic. You don't want to hold yourself up. There we go. Again, I can turn my core. I may not be able to turn far, but I can still do it. Taking my weight out of this. Lastly, and this one will probably apply, let's say you're working in a PT clinic and you want to get some footage of a client, or you're in a classroom and you got a professor who's cool with you taking some video footage, get to your desk. Turn it to a tripod at your desk. Right? 3 points of contact. Elbow, elbow, sternum. There we go. That's going to hold nice and dead straight. Not good for turn. Not good for turn. But, I mean, you could take video footage like this for an hour. Not really hard. Your butt weight is going into a chair, or it's going straight from your knees into the floor. You know, your body weight is going into the table a little bit, so it's holding you up there. Your arms are even into the table. So the only thing you're really holding up is just the camera itself. That's only a few ounces. Really takes the energy out of it. Makes nice, stable footage. Okay, that's good for the recording. Stop recording.